If you want to know just how successful Eve's auctions are, watch this. Hi, Karen Worley, General Manager, Eve's Bay of Plenty, and today I'm talking to the man that owns the auction room week after week after week, our company auctioneer, Grant Child. Welcome along, Grant.
Always a pleasure, Karen.
Oh my goodness.
Always a pleasure.
Do you own that auction room? We all love auction day, it's such a hype, but auction days aren't just happening one day a week at the moment, are they?
No, there's plenty of activity going on at the moment. What we're experiencing at the moment, Karen, because the shortage of stock and the quality of the properties that we are getting and the number of buyers out there is we're getting a lot more pre-auction activity and bringing the auctions forward. So the vendors are accepting a contract on the proviso that it don't get any further bidding. We're bringing the auction forward to give all the buyers that have expressed interest an equal opportunity to purchase the property. So it's a win-win situation for the buyers and the sellers as well.
And so this auction room that we're sitting in right now, 2 weeks ago, saw an amazing result. Probably a record for this room, right?
Definitely a record for this room for the Eves team, yeah. And I'd have to say a record certainly in the 12 years that I've been the Eves auctioneer. It's the highest one we've done under the hammer in the auction room. We've done higher ones, but they've been on site. It was a Coromandel property, but 6.45 million for a beachfront property over at the Mount. You know, and it was good, strong competition as well. It was a great property. It was a real rarity. It was a 900 odd square metre site, but it was the elevation of it that created the interest, and it was set back far enough from the beach that people walking up and down the beach couldn't actually see the property because of the dunes in front of it, and the elevation just, it was so nice and private, and potentially a subdividable site as well. And we had 4 registrations on it, and we had really good competition, and it came down to 2 buyers. They just absolutely battled it out. So,
and I'll bet I'm going to tell you something you didn't know. We actually, this company, Eve, sold that property to the vendor 10 years ago.
Wow.
And really? for $945,000.
Not a bad capital gain, huh?
Not bad at all, really.
10 years ago. Try and get that at the bank.
I know, you're so right. There's property right there for you though, eh? Yeah. So tell me, so this last month's been quite interesting because we've been through a bit of COVID, restrictions again. So what is this current situation in regards to auctions at the moment?
What actually happened in September, September started off really slow because of the effects of the last lockdown, and a lot of the auction properties had got pushed out because we hadn't had sufficient marketing, so we pushed them out and we really started cranking up sort of mid-September. However, what was really interesting is when we compare to last September, where everything was going gangbusters, we only had 4 less auctions than what we did last year. But the clearance rate, our under the hammer rate, went up by 1%. So that's a clear indication of what's actually happening in the marketplace. So we called a total of 77 auctions for the month of September, sold 62 of them at 81%.
Wow. And I think, as you said before, you know, although stock levels are low, more people are taking their properties to auction because we just don't know what might happen in the room, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's such a transparent method of sale. Is the vendors, they get to see what the market are prepared to pay and make that decision whether they choose to accept it or continue owning the property. But for buyers, the buyers can actually see what their competition are prepared to do, rather than some of the other methods of sale like tender or those multiple offers. They can actually see what their competition's doing and gives them confidence that they're not going to pay too much.
Exactly.
So, you know, and that was clearly evidenced by, I just had a quick look at my report for September. 105 bidders for those 62 sales. You know, we had 105 bidders, 661 bids on all of those properties. Wow. Right throughout the month. So it was just fantastic. It was a real good buzz in the room too. Real good buzz.
Even with limited numbers?
Well, level 2 has created complications for us, but I'd have to say, you know, hats off to everybody that's been involved in coming to the auction room in level 2, the members of the public, buyers, our sellers, and of course our salespeople as well. We've managed it really well. We've got limited seating in the auction room. We're just channeling the people through, so they're there for this property, and we're working them so they come in through the front door, out through the back door. We're just calling the auctions as we can fill the room, maintaining the social distancing and that sort of thing, and we really do appreciate the cooperation from the public. It's been fantastic, and I think it's going to continue for a while yet.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
No, people are being very respectful, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Grant, there's not that many weeks left before the end of the year for Christmas. That C word, there it is, right out there, Christmas. And I think our last auctions are 16th of December for Eves. So we've got a few ahead of us.
Yep. Yeah. Last count, I think a couple of days ago, we were up to 116. There's a lot more come in since then, but obviously that number changes each week, and we're currently at the moment we're running anywhere between sort of 18 to 20 on our scheduled auction day on a Thursday. Add to that the bought forwards and everything. So we're sort of churning through around about 25 sales a week, 25 auctions a week, and maintaining our high level of clearance rates as well. So
what I'd like you to do is maintain your voice. We need you to keep calling until the end of the year. Grant, thanks very much for the information, and I look forward to talking to you again next month. One thing that you do need to know is our online auctions are recording more people than ever watching. So if you are interested in auctions, you are interested in knowing about the market, then jump onto the eves.co.nz website, have a look each week at auctions, what we've got coming up, and then you'll be able to watch online live. Thanks for listening.